Okay, so we're getting to the end of our tutorials here, and I want to show you one more thing before we export, and that's kind of odds and ends, and also to illustrate the power and flexibility of iMovie. Now, I mentioned before that you can make a movie literally from the content that's contained within the application itself. So we're going to do that, and we're also going to do some kind of very useful tweaks that you might need, and this will keep you from spending a lot of extra time searching for it. Now there are a few little additions in this 10.1 that we haven't looked at, but maybe we'll do a few of those. But anyway, let's go ahead and make a movie from the content in iMovie, and we're going to cover some of the things that I think you'll really like, and finally end up with some tweaks or some workarounds. Really is what that is. Okay, so here we have, as indicated by this clapper, this is our project timeline, which is this, and this is it down here. And you can see it up here. That's our library, as well as a project and everything else. So here we go. First of all, I'm going to, instead of deleting all my work here, and I don't want to do that, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a copy of my project, and that's not going to add to my storage stress, I guess, because it's going to be just a link. So here we go. How do we do that? We're going to go and use this little tab called Projects, and here it is. Now I'm going to click on it. It's already highlighted, but I'll do it again. I click on it, not double click, and I'm going to use the Control click or right click, and I'm going to say it's going to be Duplicate Project. Of course, you can do these other things too, play, open, that sort of thing, or rename. Or we could rename it on other things. But anyway, we're going to duplicate this project. And here it is, Worldview 1, which is as good a name as any. So we'll go ahead and open that up by double-clicking it. And look, there it is, Worldview 1. So let's go back to our library here, and there it is. So everything's here. And there, look what it did. It made it really tight. It zoomed out like really far. So let's go to our settings. We haven't looked at this yet. This is new in iMovie 10.1, and we're just gonna make the clip size a little bit bigger or smaller. It's not really, and these things I don't know how useful they are. No theme and all. You can. Automatic content is going to add transitions and things that you have to go back and take them out manually if you add them, so watch out and this sort of thing. Showing the waveforms just takes away the blue waveforms. But this right here, it's all the way kind of down to the zoomed out, so let's make it a little bit zoomed in. We actually are going to delete all of this, and we have it saved in our other project, and this is great if you want to make a version and you want to keep all your work, and just in case, right, for insurance. Okay, here we go. So we're not going to import, we're not going to be using any of this stuff here, right? We're going to just say, okay, this project is going to be entirely from what I can find in iMovie. So you're going to find video in the backgrounds. Now, we haven't even looked at this, but there they are. And one of the things we're going to use is maps. But right now, let's use something down here. And these are just literally a background. How about maybe stars? So it acts just like a still. Some of these are animated, though, by the way. Here's some that are animated. So we could use that. Well, let's use the stars. I'm going to press the letter E. And yeah, that's exactly what it does. So there we go. Yeah. All right. Now we have a what? Pretty short movie, 5 seconds. Let's go ahead and drag that out to like 10 seconds and go back maybe a little bit here. Okay, here we go. Now we're on 13 seconds. Okay, and there's our stars. Let's just put retro here. I think I changed my mind, so I'm going to put this down. Now watch. This is what I was trying to do earlier and couldn't do, but I'm going to replace this. It's going to ask me if I want to replace. We can just replace the whole thing, but let's replace from start or end. That'll keep it the same length. So there we go. There is our retro. Okay, now we have a video background. So now what do we need? I know, some audio. So let's get some audio. Where do we get that? Up here. And sound effects. And here, let's find some, let's go to this drop down. And I happen to know that in jingles, there's a lot of just music. So we can audition this. Let's do this one. So let's take this one, by the way, and let's just put E. And where's that going to go? In the special lane, right? So let's get this down here. There we go. But we don't want it in the special lane. We want it to stick in there. So there we go. Too loud, right? So we'll always draw that down. There we go. Okay. So what is another thing we might want? I know. How about let's go back in the our titles and get a nice title. It kind of sounds otherworldly. So let's find that title that's like this pixie dust, and we'll put that down here, and we'll put it's just this is my own. And if we don't like that font, well, we're going to change it to something else. We can also, make it not bold, or we can take away, the outline if there was one. Now there is, or we can make it even bigger. Oh, no, we can't. Some of these you actually can't do that. We can't even return if we want it. So this is one of those. So here, let's play this through. Okay, pretty cool. Now, let's put in, so go back to the backgrounds, and let's use the maps, because those are fun. And here's one that's animated. How about this old world? So let's drag this down here. And we can just put it right on the top, because it's going to play over it. There we go. So clicking this, it's going to bring up something that we haven't seen before. It's this little world here. So if you click that, what we have is a start, a beginning, and end. So you can choose anything, San Diego, but we don't have to call it San Diego, San Antonio, Texas. Actually, let's do California. Let's do that again. San Diego, California, but let's call it, I don't know, Waldo. Waldo. And we'll just say done. And let's do the end. Oh, I don't know. Let's go to Russia. I don't know. But we won't call it Samara, Russia. We'll call it, how about Tallahassee? Ha, ha, ha. There we go. So now let's play this through. Went to Waldo, to Tallahassee, Russia. And by lengthening this, it'll just make it slower, and, shortening it makes it faster. So there we go. We can even do something else. Remember that voiceover I was telling you? Let's try that. I'm going to put it right here. There we go. I'm going to click the voiceover. There we go. And you can tell it's hearing my voice by the levels. But we haven't started yet. This has a countdown, and it's going to start right there. So I'm going to press the record. Here we go. Okay, now I'm doing a voiceover of the world from Waldo to Tallahassee, Russia. And let's play that through. Okay, now I'm doing a voiceover of the world from Waldo to Tallahassee, Russia. So there we go, and we have created an audio file. Let's see where that is, by the way. How do we do that? Right, so I'm going to go up here and say reveal in project media, and let's see where that actually was. It's in World View 1. And take a look at this, by the way. This was the countdown, so, but this is it, and you know, if we do the I here, it just is telling us it's a voiceover. That's where it is. It's in here, and let's do that again. So be on project media. So it's right there, and it is in the big thing. But we can, if we wanted to, now what we could do is go ahead and put that in our audio. And it would be fine. So it's in our, now it's in our audio. And so if we do that again, I'm just, this just shows you how to be flexible. There it is, see? And in our audio, right there. See, world view. There we go. Okay, so now how do we duck this down? We can wait till it turns into a little, see if it will, sometimes it won't, I'm waiting until it turns into the little, there we go. So now I'm going to do my entire voiceover, and I'm going to draw that down. There we go, let's play through this. Okay, now I'm doing a voiceover. That's too low, let's put it back up a little bit. Okay, now I'm doing a voiceover of the world from Waldo to Tallahassee, Russia. Tallahassee, Russia. Okay, and how about a transition? Let's cut this right here by Command V and put a. Hey, I never showed you this before, but you can actually put a transition in here. So let's put one that's kind of fun, like this. But this is going to look exactly the same. So why don't we go ahead and put an effect on this thing? And here's our little 3 circles. There we go. And let's just make it, I don't know, something that we can really see. How about blue? Which is negative. So let's play this through. Of the world from Waldo to Tallahassee, Russia. How about that? And now our fade to black. To Tallahassee, Russia. There we go. Okay, so we just made a really quick movie, and we can do this. We can put a title. Let's go ahead and put a title at the beginning. How about Star Wars? That's fun. Actually, that's going to take too long, I think. But that's at the beginning, and let's put this right here. You see that red? That means we ran out of juice. We ran out of. There we go. You didn't really need that much. But this is going to be very fast now. And let's put a transition there. How about spinning? Why not? I'll put that in there. Okay, now, so we just made a really quick movie. Okay, great. So that's how you can make movie just from the content of iMovie, which is, I think, pretty darn cool.